Okay, another day, another bucket full of used coolant, or at least it will be, because we're going down into the engine room. That's right, you read the title correctly. We're about to crack open this 454 big block. It's one of two on board my 1978 Chris Craft Corinthian. Man, this is gonna be awesome. I've already done the exact same thing on the starboard engine over here, but now it's time for the port engine, and this is the one that really needs it. You've probably heard in the past, if you watch my videos, whenever this one starts up, yeah, that really doesn't sound great, but it actually does sound a lot better than when I bought the boat. This engine used to backfire every single time you ran it. Now it's just that chatter, and it does sound a little bit better every time I run it. So that gives me hope that it's just sludgy old oil that got stuck underneath the intake manifold around the camshaft and the valve lifters. That could be what's causing that cam chatter. I really hope it is, because that would be an easy problem to fix. Just clean it up. But getting in there is a little bit more interesting. So let's do that right now. Switching the DC power and the main switch for the engine itself. Okay, step one is going to be to drain the coolant completely out of the loop, because if you don't do that, it's just going to come out of the thermostat up top, so you have to drain it completely. Yeah! And since this old hose clamp completely fell apart as I was taking it off, I've got a brand new one to take its place. Now's the fun part. I can take off this distributor, this carburetor, and the thermostat up front. Also, we can get them detached from the intake manifold and pull that thing out of here. Distributors always freak me out because they go so deep into the engine to pick up the timing, and they're only held in by this one single bolt. It's freaky. There's the spline. Good news is it can only go in two ways. So as long as I keep this pretty much oriented the right way, it'll find itself when I put it back out. Alright, with everything off the top of the engine, we can finally get a closer look at what we actually have to do in here. This is the intake manifold. This is what sucks the gas and the air into the cylinder so it can explode. It's really important. But what's underneath there is what we need to get to. So it needs to come off. The way we do that is by pulling each of these bolts. There's a lot of them. They gotta come off, and then we got to pry it up. Yeah, let's take these bolts off. Alright, we've got 14 out of the 15 bolts out, but there's still one deep down in there, and this little thermistor part, the coolant goes up in there so it can be sensed by this thermistor, and I don't know, it's in the way. It's got to come out so we can get to that bolt, but even then it's difficult. I know, because I've already done it on the other side and it was a pain in the butt. And of course it doesn't go all the way around. And it's off. I don't think the other one came off this cleanly. That one, and actually there's a 16th one that I forgot. They're in plain sight now. I can just get my socket wrench on there and get them off. That's beautiful. The other one wasn't this easy. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We're about to pull this entire part off of the engine. It's stuck down there pretty good right now. I've taken all the bolts off, but it still isn't budging. So, we need to pry it up with this. That might seem a little bit overkill, but I promise you it's not. Find a firm place to pry. For me, this was the coolant spigot right here after the coolant pump. As long as you have a firm place to pry and a firm place to leverage from, you can gently that bent the thing. Wow. I'm clueless, honestly. This was the one part that was hard last time, but it was not anywhere near this hard. You're not gonna believe me. I worked on it for 15 minutes. I turned off the camera just to poke around, and look at this. It came right up. So, let's get a look inside. There's your problem, wow. That is a serious problem. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Check this out. An entire valve lifter is not connected. I don't know how to fix that. This could be interesting. I'm seriously kind of at a loss on what to do with this. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah, that valve lifter just isn't connected to the to anything. It's just not connected. While we're in here though, check out the engineering beauty inside. How gorgeous is the way everything fits together, except when it doesn't. It's a beautiful piece of engineering, but it's still broken. I think the best thing to do is going to be to take off this valve cover and see where the other end of this little lifter arm goes. We'll see what happens after that. I've got a lot to figure out, but for right now, I just need to get this in a place where no dirt or grime is going to fall into the cylinders or into the camshaft. So, I am just going to cover that up the best that I can right now. So, this is more or less turned into a rescue mission. I need to know if the rocker's okay, what the deal with the valve is. So I need to pull off this cover here. Unfortunately, the bolts are in such a place that the manifold, the exhaust manifold, gets in the way. So I have to pull off some exhaust manifold nuts to get this to lean just enough to get to those nuts on the side, pull the cover off, and we can get a better look at what we're dealing with. Taking the spark plugs out and labeling their connectors. I'm taking these out because when I drop this manifold, it's gonna fall and probably snap these things in half if I hadn't removed them. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming, which is me fumbling around with bolts I can't see. Now back to getting this thing off. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I can get the 4th without it all falling off. Alright, the exhaust manifold is pulled away from the block just enough. I think I can get to that bolt if I have a long enough extender. Success! Also interesting is of the 4 exhaust ports, that's the one that's messed up, and you can see it actually is rusty and the other ones are not. So that means that that one has not really been used in a very long time. So we've been on 7 cylinders at best whenever I've taken this out. Alright, all the little connector bolts are out on this cover here. This is the first time I've seen the inside of something like this. Let's go. Nice! I mean, it's not nice it's broken and all that, but nice. I see exactly why that push rod was messed up. Check this out. It pushed right through the rocker. Like, it just destroyed the metal. All the other ones are just like a little round cap there. This one just pushed all the way through. I need to replace this rocker. Man, there it is right there. Look at that. That is a broken rocker. And I'm gonna replace the rod just because. Another engineering appreciation second. Just look at the beautiful little cam rockers, and the valve springs, and everything else. Oh, I just love it so much! And unfortunately, that's where I'm gonna have to leave things for right now. It's not the outcome I wanted for this video. I really thought it was just gonna be a very simple open it up, clean it out, close it up, get the video out. Now, it's fused together. It punched right through, poked that little circle of metal out. I've never seen this before. I've showed some friends who are actual mechanics. They have very rarely seen this before. So what I'm gonna have to do is I've already called a place who sells brand new push rods and rocker arms. I'm gonna pick those up tomorrow. And I really don't see any reason why I can't fix it this week and have another video out completely fixing it by next weekend. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I've never seen any engine opened up this much, and being able to explore it myself, that's one of the things I really love about owning this boat. It's because I get to see crazy stuff like this. I'm keeping this as like a trophy or something when I'm done. This is ridiculous. All right, thanks for watching.